Hey everyone, Don here with Paleo Tracks. Here we're going to be talking about a pretty cool piece of survival gear or primitive living gear, or just something maybe you want to start incorporating into your adventures out in the wilds, and that is the waist wrap or the primitive fanny pack. So stick around, much to see. I know you'll enjoy. Alright, so what is a waist wrap? That's pretty much it. It's a piece of fabric or an animal pelt or an animal hide that you tie around your waist. And it holds gear. It holds gear for either the long term or for the short term. It's really up for you to determine what and how you're going to use it for. But yeah, it holds your gear, gets it off your back, gives you more freedom of movement so you can get the job done out in the bush. Now there's all different types of shapes and sizes and colors and dimensions of most fabric-based waist wraps, and that's typically what most people will utilize. And those are called Shemaghs or gortas, or some sort of head wrap. Typically, you find these in the Middle East, Northern Africa, different areas. But yeah, it's just a piece of fabric. There's different, again, colors, shapes, sizes, and dimensions, and it's really up to the user and how they want to go about using that piece of gear to get the job done. Now, when I don't have fabric, something that I use, and kind of what I prefer to use, is animal pelts. This right here is an otter pelt. I cased him out. Basically, there's a cavity on the inside of him, and this allows me to store the gear that I need to stow. It allows me to throw everything I need in there and head out the actual shelter and get it done. How this works is there's just a leather strap through a hole, place this around my body, just like this, and then essentially tie it off, just a little squirt knot. That leather bites on itself, and then I can store all the gear that I need. The other cool thing is I can take this tail, and I can also tie that tail off, especially on the otter or even some of those raccoons that might be a little bit bigger. And there's my waist wrap. So you can also do a waist wrap with an animal hide. Say if you have something tanned out or just a piece of buckskin, you can shape it. Just kind of throw it around your waist and kind of feel how it, forms. Do I need to take some off on the left, take some off on the right? It might require you to maybe cut some of these legs off and kind of give yourself more of a long, kind of flat, like a trapezoid or double trapezoid sort of figure to ultimately get it to tie off in the front. So when it comes to storing gear inside of a waist wrap, it's really up to your imagination. It's really whatever you need. I'll employ this system if I go out in the bush for 2 or 3 days, if I'm teaching any courses, if I've set up a generalized hunting camp and I'm going to go out and scout different areas. This allows me to carry my essential gear. What I'll do is I will roll up kind of those essentials: fire making, maybe some chow, some sort of water capability, and that's it. And all you really do is you take that gear and you roll it up. You can fold this guy in half and start rolling. It's really up to you and how you can get it to secure best in there. Now sometimes I'll have another one on the inside which kind of holds everything nice and tight together, and then allows me another waist wrap to utilize for different reasons. Inside here I just have, basically there's some tinder and some fire making resources inside, and then I have a stone blade with an antler time pressure flanker, and then a small little medicine pouch. So these 3 simple little things right on the inside. Didn't have to wear them around my neck, shove them in my pockets, do anything. Throw them in here, wrap them up, tie them off, and I'm out the door. Roll it up in one, just like this. And then I'm going to take the corner of the other one, just like this, and start that rolling. And basically I'm going to take that corner and connect it to the other side, kind of pulling these out a little bit. That's that. Give it a few little twists. Now that is essentially all my gear. Now if you want, you can throw some toggles on there, or you can just tie it around your waist. It's all the same. So again, it's really up to the user and how they want to go about carrying their gear. That's ultimately going to dictate what mechanism of the waist wrap you're going to use. If you're going to do something a little bit longer walkabout, you can definitely use one of these guys. If you're going 100% primitive, hey, maybe it's an animal pelt or an animal hide. But again, it's up to you. It's a way, not necessarily the way. This is my way. It just depends on how I feel that day and what technique I'm going to use, but ultimately they both get the job done. It allows me way more freedom of movement on my upper body, especially if I'm shooting a bow, throwing a rabbit stick, using a stone sling. It's freedom of movement up here, and I'm carrying all my gear down here. So, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you in the bush.